magnetic flux when magnetic field is perpendicular to the regular surface. Consider a uniform magnetic field B which passes normal to a plane regular surface of area A represented by the area vector A. In this, magnetic field B is parallel to the area vector A. Magnetic field B is the total normal magnetic field lines crossing through unit area of the surface. But magnetic flux phi B is represented by the symbol is equal to the total normal magnetic field lines passing through the entire area. So B is the magnetic field. If A is the area of the surface, then phi B is equal to product of magnetic field and area of the surface. Now let us see what happens when the magnetic field is oblique to the regular surface. Consider a uniform magnetic field represented by B. And this is a regular plane surface having area A represented by area vector A, which is the vector perpendicular to the surface of the regular plane surface. In this diagram, magnetic field B is making an angle theta with the area vector, or magnetic field B is oblique to the area vector A. So B can be resolved into two components. One is along the area vector and the other one is perpendicular to the area vector. So the component which is parallel to the area vector is B cos theta, and the one which is perpendicular to the area vector is B sin theta. We know the cos component of B is only along the direction of area vector. So the magnetic flux phi B is equal to cos component of magnetic field into area A, or phi B equal to BA cos theta. Since B and A are the vector quantities, phi B can be written as B dot A. It is the dot product of magnetic field and area vector or area A. Phi B is the magnetic flux, which is a scalar quantity. Now the third case, that is when the magnetic flux passes through an irregular surface. let us consider an irregular surface through which a magnetic field passes. All the magnetic field lines are in different directions. Though the magnitudes are same, directions are different. Means magnetic field is not uniform throughout. And the area is also an irregular surface area. Here, let us consider an elementary surface area dA represented by this vector. Or so many dAs can be taken. Out of that, one such elementary area dAi is considered. Ith piece is considered. Through this, let Bi be the magnetic field which passes through the surface area dA. Or dAi is making an angle theta with this magnetic field Bi. And we know the component of magnetic field along dAi will be Bi cos theta. Bi cos theta. So what may be the magnetic flux phi b? Phi b may be, phi b is the flux through the entire surface area. So many d phi's may be considered. If we integrate all these elementary magnetic flux, then we get the total flux phi b. What is d phi b? D phi b is the magnetic flux passes through the area dAi if Bi is the magnetic field. Since it is the ith component, d phi b is written as Bi dAi. So the flux also can be represented as dBi. So many dBi's are there. So total flux phi b, magnetic flux phi b equal to integration of all these d phi b ith sections. So many sections are there. Or this is equal to integration of component of magnetic field. So Bi is the magnetic field which passes, but component of magnetic field will be Bi cos theta, which is only contributing along the direction of area vector. So phi b equal to Bi cos theta into dAi. If total area is A, it can be written as A into integration of Bi cos theta, or this can simply be written as Bi dot dAi. Both these are vectors. That is the total magnetic flux through the entire irregular surface. Thank you.